even though the chips are down. Something inside me pulls me off the ground, even though my heart is low. But when it's my time to rise, I'm gonna dig deep inside. And when it's my time to pick myself up, dust it all off, gonna fill the skies. So please make it okay, make it alright, and please give me lift off so I can see. Something inside me tells me not so long, but the day always comes. Something inside me tells me to be strong. Everyone can fall apart, but when it's my time to rise, I'm gonna dig deep inside. And when it's my time to pick myself up, dust it all off, gonna fill the skies. So please make it okay, make it alright, and please give me lift off so I can see.
The magnificent sounds of Louise Carver. She's our guest after the break. Stay tuned for that conversation.
Give me that paperwork.
Where is your paperwork?
Like I'm saying, I don't know what's going on. Suddenly I'm locked up.
This is not fair, Senta Dwasietan. Not fair.
Kuputse rent ka 200. Hape se kupula ka 200. O re ngwana, o iwa. 150 plus koloi. Leone, let me give me another one 150.
I'm just the one to lock you out.
Yes, you just want to lock me then out.
You are starting gangsterism.
No! No! No!
Our next guest is a face that many South Africans are familiar with over the years, having started her music career from the tender age of 15. She's entertained us with hit songs such as Sunrise, which went on to be #1 on the Billboard charts. She now returns with her new work entitled Hanging in the Void, which she describes as her finest studio album to date. Louise Carver is here in studio with us to have a conversation. Wow, it is so nice to see you.
Hi, Leanne. It's great to be here.
It is. It really, really is. I mean, you know, it's just, it's so wonderful to watch your career and how you've grown and you've moved. And now to hear from you that you feel this is your best work yet. What's happened inside of you?
Very personal, and learning about production that you don't need to overproduce all the time.
Yeah.
You can, so there were often times in studio where we'd work the whole day on something, then I'd go home and I'd listen, I think, you know what, the songs are strong enough, we've overproduced this, we need to take out the electric guitar, we need to just bring it back down to basics.
Yeah.
And so the production truly supports the songwriting.
Which is so nice. It's almost refreshing, because sometimes you find that music is overproduced and there's just too much happening and the essence of it disappears. And I think what's what's happening here is, from what I'm hearing, is you've gone back to basics.
Yeah, absolutely. The songs that I've chosen are deeply personal, but since I've released the album, just having a chat with the makeup artist, she was relating to Lift Off, the song I've just done now, and how her personal journey relates to mine. So you realize as a songwriter, what you think initially is your unique story relates to a lot of people. Yeah. So as long as you're honest and vulnerable, people will respond to the music.
It's true. I mean, you listen to words, and that's the beauty of your kind of music as well. I mean, a lot of the music these days, you can't hear a word that anybody's actually saying. So it's difficult to relate. You can relate. You can get on a dance floor and relate. But to listen to the words and to feel like, my gosh, Louise, how do you know me? How are you singing my life? And I suppose that's what you're doing. You're singing about your life. I mean, you write your own music and your songs.
Yes.
So, I mean, is this album testimony to your life?
Yeah, it was a tough, I think for a lot of people, it was a very hard 2016.
Yeah.
At the ending off of a lot of things that, you know, it's painful when things end, whether it's in your work environment or in your personal life. But 2017 is about a new beginning, and 2016 was a hard year, so a lot of the songs reflect that.
Yeah.
And I don't think I'm too different from a lot of other people.
No,
so.
you're normal as well, and that's always refreshing, and people enjoy to hear that you're not immune to the problems that everyone else has got.
No, definitely not.
Even though from afar we're watching these incredible things happening to you. For instance, arriving in America and seeing your song sitting at the top of the Billboard charts. Well, how did that happen?
It was a very strange out-of-body experience. Actually, that's where I got the title of my new album, Hanging in the Void, which is the feeling that astronauts get when they see Earth for the first time and they realize that we're just a small part of a much bigger thing.
Yeah.
So that was what happened to me. When I landed in the States, I heard like mumblings that the song Sunrise off my previous album was doing really well. Which was, 3 years ago that was on the album. And then when I arrived, my producer picked me up from Boston Airport, and it was playing on the radio. And then I supported it with 3 different huge shows in Boston, New England, and New York, and came back to South Africa to continue working on my new album, and it just kept climbing.
Amazing.
It was very strange, because I found out the day before that it became public knowledge, like, okay, it's on number 3 now. I'm like, you're kidding me! Like, when is it? So it was a lovely thing, because now they're sending me a plaque, which when I'm 80-something and having my porridge in the morning and looking terrible, I will look at that and go
and say, look at that.
I did it.
Look at that, I did it, I made it. I mean, that's a thing. But what about, so that happened last year. I mean, can you leverage off of that? So this album, for instance, is that the plan? What's going to happen?
Well, it's a wonderful card that you can carry in your wallet, and when you go into I was in London over the festive season, and if someone doesn't want to see you for a meeting, you just say, well, I did have a number 1 on the Billboard charts, and suddenly the doors open.
Yeah,
so financially it'll be it's a dance track, so it's a lot of streaming, and so you're not suddenly like buying yachts and things like that. No, I'm not.
No, it's not happening, not yet.
But I've got a very shiny card in my wallet that says Billboard number 1. So I've had some interesting meetings. And
when the yacht comes, you know my number. You give me a call. I want you to go across and play, but I know you've got a jewelry range as well. So,
thanks.
Where is that? Where do you buy it?
It's in my ears.
I love that. That's what I'm looking at.
You get it online, louisecarver.com.
Okay.
And it's in Humana Rush. I don't know if anyone saw me on Shark Tank, but supporting one of my girlfriends that has Humana Rush. She's got 2 stores in Joburg, and it's stocked in there.
Brilliant.
And wherever I perform, I have a wonderful young girl selling it. So it's
excellent.
It's another addition to just having a CD from the artist.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Louise Carver. She's going to play for us. So I think you're going to find people are going to unmic you and get you out of here. But in the meantime, I'm going to just tell you that Louise Carver just chatting to us about her latest project entitled Hanging in the Void. It's available. I'm actually holding a copy in my hand right now, something I don't get to do very often. So thank you very much for that. And you can download it as well.
So I can see something inside me tells me not so long, but the day always comes. Something inside me tells me to be strong. Everyone